something that I had to be wary of was getting a COVID test. I'm about to go get one, and I was actually pretty peeved about it initially. So I know I can't change it, so I had to react and change my reaction. I was talking to my friend about it, and I was talking about how I was annoyed I was doing it. I was like, it's something unpleasant that I have to do, but it's okay because it'll help people out and I can change my reaction. She just kind of looked at me like, what the frick? But that's how I'm gonna approach it. Now I'm gonna go get a swab stuck up my nose and love it. I returned from my COVID test and they stuck the Q-tip very far up the nose, so that was delightful. Came back and was able to start planning out the day after the meditation, which is actually really nice to do. Just to take a moment to center. I think I just sat, closed my eyes, and listened for about 10 minutes, and then sat there in silence thinking about my day and how it was going to go, and I was going to prepare for it. I really liked how it walked you through, okay, now think about everything going wrong and be prepared to accept that situation as well. I really felt in that moment an acceptance of that in a way. And I know that, some of those things are not in my power, but it helped make it so less of those negative feelings come up less negative feelings will come up when that happens, because I tend to get very anxious when that happens. So, yeah, I really liked it. Well, the last couple hours has been decently eventful despite me still being in the same spot for my last video. Some things that have occurred. I have received various callbacks for interviews, which is exciting, and so as we try to make my goal of getting the job, and I remember I can't control whether I get the job, so I made my new goal, which is that I'm going to research the organization for which I'm interviewing the best I can before each of my 5 job interviews over this next week, and prepare really well, because I can control that and not the other one. The other thing was I was going to stay a little longer in the Wilkinson Center, but my friend's like, oh, stay longer, did have dinner, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah. And then I realized that I had an interview with my stake president. And I was frustrated because I like free dinner. But then I said, but it's okay because I can't control my circumstances. I control my reaction, it's okay, and there'll be benefit to this. And my friend just looked at me, she's like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm doing stoic. She's like, oh, it's a really good habit to get into. You control your reaction. So, good. Well, we are nearing the end of the day. It's been a long day. I spent most of my day at the Wilkinson Center. But look, we were able to make it home. Some things that occurred in the last few hours that are noteworthy. It was pretty crazy at the end of the day. It's frustrating because I was supposed to leave at about 6 from the Wilks, but I had an interview at 6:45, which prevented me from being able to eat food at the Wilk, and that was annoying. I think I talked about it a little bit, but approaching that, I was able to stay calm and just go, guys, I'm just gonna have to go home, make my own food, and I'll be a little behind in my daily schedule, but it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. So just by approaching it like that, I was able to keep myself under control and enjoy the time that I did spend with Kyla, my best friend, for a little bit more in the rest of the day. And even afterwards, we did end up going to Chick-fil-A. That was so nice. It was super fun because I had planned already on changing my plans a lot just because I wasn't going to have the time. But luckily, we did have the time, and my plans did change, but I was okay with it. I was accepting it. I just finished the nightly, Another thing is I just finished the nightly, or the late evening, what's it called, meditation? Very nice. I was falling asleep. It was just super comforting to listen to the words. I was thinking about my day, not being disappointed, but instead accepting and learning that I can't change it and I can't go back. Just as I was doing that, I was going through right around minute 4.5, I think, is when I really started slipping. And then I came back a few minutes later as we had just stood there after it finished, thinking about each step in my day and how I had to change how I thought about things. I had to change how I felt about things. I think today I'd probably give me like a 7 out of 10. Then there was times I forgot and I reacted gut instinct-wise before I remembered I was doing an assignment. I think that if I apply this like throughout the rest of my life, something that I notice is I'm a lot calmer, a lot less worried about the future and I guess the fate of everything. But yeah, it was a good assignment today. And I really enjoyed being able to implement some of these principles. I think I may keep some of them. Funny story. I was already planning on being busy being stoic for a day. But then we had plans, me and a bunch of other people, like probably like 6 other people, were going to go get pupusas tomorrow. And at 7 o'clock, and someone texted into our group chat, guys, we have an Elders Quorum activity tomorrow. We can't do it. And immediately my reaction is to be annoyed because all of a sudden people are like, nope, we can't go. I already planned on going with my boyfriend, meeting with my friends, I told people about it. And then we're trying to plan the day, like, oh, no, can't do that day, I have this. No, can't do that, I have this. No, can't do this, I have personal finance, blah, blah. And I was just getting annoyed. So annoyed. And it was late, so I basically already forgot about my assignment. And then it hit me as I was doing homework for another class. It was like, I cannot change other people's schedules. I cannot change their life. I can't fix it all right now. So the right way to react for me right now is to accept it and move forward. As I should have already accepted when I made these plans, is that plans are volatile and they change. So now that I'm accepting that they change, that's something I should have accepted from the beginning. And now re-accepting it, I can go, okay, tomorrow I will need to make new plans for my evening. And it's okay, and we'll find another day to do pupusas, possibly. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, probably my best example of remembering to be stoic today, though. I literally forgot about it, and it hit me. You can't change this. Rationally approach it like this.